Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Kai Gabiam, and thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from tonight. I showcase Black-owned businesses on this platform. And if you're a business owner out there and you like to join me also live here to share your product or services, please email me at the diaspora channel at gmail.com. I also interview people that have relocated to Africa that share their experiences with us to prepare others that will love also to visit Africa or to relocate to Africa. Those entrepreneurs that I interview here, they share their products and services with us. And I'm sure you agree with me, it's very, very important to keep patronizing Black-owned businesses wherever you are. And tonight, our guest is Louise Nunga. Louise Nunga, she is an entrepreneur. She owns several successful businesses and she traveled to lots of countries. Louise has not only launched her own businesses, but has helped others to do the same. Louise is a mom of two, and she is here tonight to give us some valuable tips, especially like you guys out there that are still on the fence when it comes to, am I ready to start my business or not? Tonight, Louise is going to drop some very, very good tips to help you as well to take that leap of faith. So if you're new here, kindly subscribe so you don't miss out on my new lives, because we're going to have another live next week as well. And for those of you that are interested in learning French, obviously you know what to do. If you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to also send me an email at the diaspora channel at gmail.com. Et ce soir, bonjour, bonsoir, j'espère que vous allez super bien. Je suis Kai Gabiam et je mets en avant les business Black-owned sur cette plateforme. Et le live de ce soir est sponsorisé par Maison Mocha. So guys, we have some new, beautiful, very simple Ankara print earrings on our site. So make sure you visit www.maisonmocha.co.uk to see our new items. And tonight, our guest, she's right there backstage waiting because, you know, for some small problems we had last time, she wasn't able to join, but she really, really wants to share everything you need to know about the amazing work she's doing out there, helping others build successful businesses. So, j'espère que vous allez super, super bien. Et ce soir, notre invitée, elle s'appelle Louise Nunga. Et c'est une entrepreneure, mère de 2 enfants. Elle est d'origine camerounaise, vivant aux États-Unis et mère de 2 enfants. Elle aime aussi aider d'autres personnes qui veulent aussi se lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat. Elle partage beaucoup d'astuces, elle donne des conseils et puis elle organise aussi les webinars juste pour les former et les aider à être aussi, à réussir en fait dans l'entrepreneuriat. Donc ce soir, Louise est là avec nous pour partager non seulement ses produits et services avec nous, mais pour nous donner aussi quelques conseils pour ceux d'entre vous qui aimeraient bien sûr vous lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat. Elle est là pour nous parler de tout ça. Donc, vers la fin de l'entretien, je vais partager les points clés de ce qu'elle partagera avec nous. Hey, Louise. Okay, guys. Yeah, we have Louise now. Louise, you need to unmute yourself, please. I don't know if it's her network. I can see her backstage.
Can you hear me now?
But for some reason, I'm not sure if she can hear me. Okay, yes, I can hear you now. How are you doing,
now my
Louise?
camera, I'm good. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you backstage, but I don't know, for some reason, you know, we can't see you on the screen. Yeah. Okay, just give it a try and see if you can fix that. That would be great.
Let's see.
Okay, guys, we need just to give a little time for Louise to sort out, her camera so you guys can see her. She's here tonight just to let you guys know how she started her business. Yeah, very, very important because, most of the time when you see any entrepreneur out there that is just doing so great, he or she is very successful. Most of the time, we don't know the journey, we don't know the hard work, the putting in order, to be successful. So that's why I always enjoy interviewing different entrepreneurs here so they can share their journeys with us. So when you are also ready, you know that okay, I have to put the hard work in this for it to work for me as well, because others have, already share the things you need to know and prepare yourself properly. So whenever you're ready, you have certain things to work with. So that's why I really, really enjoy, this kind of guests on the platform so they can share and inspire others. Louise is having some issues, definitely with the network, I think, because the device is still not connected for some reason. So, Louise, if you can go and come back, then, maybe that will allow us to finally have you here properly. So, yeah, guys, so if you're out there and you also love, to share what you are doing, the services you are offering to, with us here. If you are not following me on Instagram, please follow me at the Diaspora channel and just make sure you send me a DM, and I will be able to have you here as well so you can share, what you do and the different services or the service you offer as well, with others. Is just no good. I don't know what is happening, but still we are having a problem, with adding Louise right now. So yeah, back to what I was saying, this platform is for all of us. So if you love to share, your product, make sure you send me an email. Donc, comme je le dis tout le temps sur cette plateforme, je suis là pour que tous les Africains, ou que vous soyez ici dans la diaspora ou en Afrique, vous pouvez me joindre et partager ce que vous faites avec nous. Et là, Louise, can you hear me?
Yes, and I think you can hear me now.
I can hear you clearly. I can see you as well. So good to have
Awesome.
you here. How are you doing?
Awesome. I am ready for a drink. It is Friday, and it's been a long week.
Okay. That's a good start. That's a good start. So
But
good.
I'm doing good.
Good to have you here. Thanks so much for joining the show. I would love you to tell the viewers who you are and what inspired you in the first place to start your own business. We would love to know, the whole journey. Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Well, hi everybody. My name is Louise Nunga. I am originally from Cameroon. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And I haven't found my one word description yet. I guess I'm a serial entrepreneur. I like to think of myself as a creative. If I can think it, I create it, and I just take the risk and go ahead and activate it and manifest it. I have a food business. I have a hair braiding business, and I'm also a business coach. I call myself a business minister, and I love to share knowledge. The Bible says, "Lack of knowledge, people perish," and I like to just do my own part in making sure that I share as much knowledge as I can so that people cannot perish and they can prosper. And that's a little just about myself. I'm a mom. I have two beautiful daughters, 7 and 5 years old. And I have been in business for about 15 years now. I've dabbled in a little bit of everything: entertainment. I used to be a professional dancer. I've done acting. I've done reality TV. I've done a little bit of everything in the business world. So I'm so excited to be here.
Is a real boss lady. That is so inspiring to hear you sharing so many things you have already done, and I'm sure definitely like we're going to learn so much about you and everything you are still doing out there. So what I really want you to share with us first is how you started your business, because most of the time when we see entrepreneurs who that are very successful, we don't always think about the hard work behind that success. So I would love you to know how you started your business, and did you have like some help? I just want to know how you started your very first business.
So the funny thing is that when I started, it wasn't, I didn't call it a business. It was just me being a creative, right? And
Okay.
so I stumbled into it. I didn't start out thinking, 15 years ago, business entrepreneurship wasn't what it is today.
Hmm.
Are you able to
True.
hear me?
True. Oh yeah,
I hope
Louis,
I'm
I can hear
still
you clearly.
clear.
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me? Oh, sorry, Louis. Now is your okay. I think you're back now.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I am literally still driving. I can hear you clearly. Um,
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, Louis, go ahead. I can hear you too.
am I back?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on again, but we can't hear you
Am I
again.
back?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. I apologize, guys. This is part of doing living the entrepreneurship life because
I know, Louise. But let's see if we can, if we can hear you. Yeah, it's like it's keep going and coming back.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is
Okay, Louise, yeah, keep talking.
let's
Let's see.
see.
Because it's like
I
it's
think
just
now
keep
I'm
go-
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I good
Now
now?
yeah, go ahead. Yes.
But I think I'm slow.
Yeah, but I can hear you though. So go ahead.
I think I should have done this without being in the car. I should have done this at home.
Yeah, but Louise, now I can hear
Uh huh.
you. Yeah. So yeah, feel free. Go ahead.
Right. And I think it's just the fact that I'm not in the Wi-Fi area. I think that's
Oh,
what it
okay.
is.
Okay. Okay. Just a tiny bit of delay, but now we can hear you. So go ahead. Oh yeah, it's okay. All right, guys. I think definitely the internet on the Louis side is playing
Okay.
up because yeah,
How is now?
yeah. Now I can I can hear
You
you
can hear
again,
me
but
now?
it's just yeah. Hopefully, it's going to be consistent, not in and out.
Oh crap. All right. I need to.
Yeah. Now I can hear you. or maybe probably if you
Are you
park somewhere,
able to hear
it
me?
might be better. Yeah, I can hear you now. Maybe if you park somewhere, probably that might help, but I can hear you. Right. Guys, the internet is not
Okay.
going to let
So
us
I was
enjoy.
saying that I started
Yeah.
my entrepreneurship journey. I stumbled into it.
Okay.
You're not hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I can see the delay with my mouth moving
Yeah, but now, still we can't see you
after.
now, but we can hear you clearly. So that's fine. We can hear you.
Let me pull over and
Yeah, maybe
let
that
me pull
maybe
over.
okay. Yeah, let's try that. That might help. Yeah, so guys in the chat, I hope you guys are all well and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully once
Let me pull over for a second
yeah,
and
once
just
we find a space,
see if
hopefully
this will
it
change.
will be stable and we can help
Mm-hmm.
her properly so she can share her experience with us tonight. So if you are also thinking about, okay,
Yeah,
I'm thinking about starting my business, where should I start?
better.
Do I have to have
Okay.
everything in place
Yeah,
before
yeah,
starting?
yeah. Let
I'm
me
going to ask
see.
her all those questions tonight. So once you find a good space, to park, Louise, let us know, and then I'll let you talk so we can hear you properly. Sometimes, guys, that's what happened with internet. So sorry about that. But hopefully, we'll be having Louise back on very, very soon once she, finds a good space to park, and then she will be dropping so many good tips tonight for all of us because, like I love saying here on this platform, there is nothing wrong having a 9 to 5, but it's also very, very important to have something that you can call your own, that is your baby. So you're going to put your energy and everything, even work like double, triple the energy and the time you put in building someone else's business. So that's why I love interviewing so many different entrepreneurs here so we can all learn from their journeys. So don't also forget, if you are new here, I did mention it at the beginning of the live, and you also have some products or services you love to share with me and share with the viewers, don't be shy. It's just fine. It's just a conversation, really. So don't be shy. Just send me a message on Instagram or email me, and I will be able to have you here as well so you can share everything you need to share with us, because we need to build everything. If we are financially secure, it just make everything so easy, like supporting others, building the community. So it's all about money. Yeah, when you're financially free, there is so much you can do, not only for yourself but for the community as well. So make sure you send me a DM and I will be able to interview you as well, so others can know about your service and your products. Louis still trying to connect, but the internet again, guys. So sorry about this, but sometimes it happens. So we can't do much about it. But I'm really sorry, and I hope you are ready for the weekend. It's Friday, so just let us know what is your plans for the weekend. In the meantime, let me see if Louise can hear us and if we can hear her. So
I
yeah,
think we
Louise.
have a breakthrough. Thank you, God.
Okay. That's great. Thank God for that. Yeah, Louise, carry on from where you left.
Yes. How did I get into business? So I was just saying that
Mm,
business or entrepreneurship, I would like to say my
mm,
entrepreneurship journey just kind of started from me exploring my creative abilities and just charging for it, just hobbies. I've always just been doing something creative. I've done, when I used to love dancing and I started a dance group. I did pageants. So everything that I kind of like doing, it just
mm.
happened to fall into place
Right.
that eventually I started charging for the things that I was already doing for free that I already enjoyed doing. So
Mm-hmm,
sometimes people think of business as this big thing, and usually it's something you're already doing for free. It's something you're already
mm-hmm,
good at. It's something that
mm-hmm.
people will always ask you for. And the
Yep.
only thing that changes it from a hobby to business is you just charging for it.
Mm,
So it's
mm,
nothing extraordinary. It's nothing very gigantic and ginormous.
mm-hmm.
But I started the hair business. So Mobile Beauties is a marketplace app. It's an app-based business where you can come on there, find a braider near you, and we go to your house to get your
Right.
hair braided. I
Mm,
started that when I was in college. I had a customer who wanted me to come to their house, and when I went to their house, it just was a good experience. And I'm like, you know what? To earn extra money, I'm tired of working in the braiding shop while I'm in school. I'm just gonna go to people's houses because I didn't like the braiding salon experience.
mm,
And that's how it started. I made some business cards, and I would just pass
mm-hmm.
them out, and then it just kind of gradually grew to what it is today. The food business I started 8 years ago when I was pregnant with my first daughter.
Oh, wow.
Um, but the idea actually came when I was dating an ex-boyfriend at the time who I was like, man, I want to prove to him that I can cook. I want to make some beignets. I want to make beignets. Why can I find, and I don't know how to make it. I was tired of watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out how much
Oh,
flour, how much sugar, and all of
okay.
that.
Louis, a quick one. Was he an African man? I just want to know because the way you go into, I just want to show him that I can cook.
Yes. Yes, I wanted, and not just any cooking, not just boiled rice and stew. I wanted to show that I can do beignet haricot rice, puff
Okay,
puff and beans, which is like you
okay,
got to know your stuff to cook it really well.
yep.
So when I was looking, I was like, man, this is hard. And I'm like, why don't they have a mix, kind of like the cake mix or the brownie mix that Americans have in the stores, but for
Mm,
puff puff? And I'm like, why don't they have that? I was frustrated, literally sitting on the couch, like, this is frustrating to learn how to make this. And he was like, why don't you make it? And
oh,
that was how the idea came about. I'm like, yeah, why don't I? And I just explored to see if there was anything like that in the market. There wasn't. I
mm.
did some samples while I was pregnant with my first daughter. I kept trying it out. So my family and friends ate a lot of puff puff for about a year, trying to get the perfect recipe and all of that. And then Auntie's iFoods was born, and since then we've just been adding different products and expanding the business, and that's pretty much how that started.
That is so amazing. You shared two things that I really want to highlight because it's so important, like to do something that you love in the first place.
Hmm.
So it's not like when things are a bit tough, you don't feel like, oh, I can't do this because it's something you enjoy doing anyway. And the second thing is something that you look around and you're like, does this even exist? And
Right.
instead of just sitting down and complaining,
Hmm.
you just say, okay, let me just do it. So those are two things very important. I would say if you want to start a business, make sure it's something that you love and you enjoy doing, and something that you're going to do it anyway, and sometimes you don't even get paid for it. So why not just
Right.
do it and get paid for it? you know
So I will interject that because
Yeah, yeah, go
that
ahead.
used to be a very frustrating statement for me when I was doing business,
Right.
because I didn't know what I love. You would think everybody knows what they love,
Mm,
but not everybody knows what is that thing that they love. Not everybody, as simple
that's a
as
good point.
I always start with people when I'm counseling. I'm like, do you know what your gift is? We first discover what your gift is, because most people don't know what their gift is. I didn't know what
Mhm,
my gift was. I
mm,
was doing all these businesses, but there was not one of them was not that one thing that I could do and just close my eyes and do for free and just do. I
right.
don't love doing hair. I don't love doing hair. I really don't. I do it
Oh, is
because
it?
I
I
don't.
love doing it.
I like
I
the
enjoy it.
I like the transformation, and I love servicing people, and I love the conversations I have with my clients. But the thing that really I loved about it was the fact of creating a business and being
Mm,
creative with the business and establishing it.
mm.
With food, I am not a great cook. People get surprised. I
Okay.
don't cook every day. I buy a lot of food out. My kids will tell you, you will eat pizza if you come to my house, okay? Or some prep meals that somebody else cooked. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I would always hear that statement that, oh, do what you love, do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know what I love. What is it that I love? I did not discover I didn't discover that till probably about 5 years ago.
All right.
And I discovered that by listening to a book. I read a book called Think Like a Success, Act Like a Success by Steve Harvey.
Okay.
And in that
I
book,
hope you
Steve
guys are
Harvey was,
taking notes. I hope you guys in the
yes,
chat are taking
I
notes.
I love reading. Well, not reading. I love being read to because I love my audiobooks. I don't like reading pages. I'm read too.
Oh, okay. I
But
love
yeah,
reading.
so in that book, for the first time, I heard somebody really define what is your gift versus what is a talent. So all the
Hmm.
things that I was doing, braiding is a hair talent that I just discovered that I learned. I was around people who braided.
Hmm.
The food business was a talent. I was just able to create something, not because I love cooking every day, but that was a talent. And then when I really started to gain more knowledge, reading more business books, you have to be able to gain more information and knowledge and be thirsty for knowledge and all of that. And when I read this book, I was like, what is my gift? Because he was like, your gift is that one thing
Hmm.
that is connected to everything else that you do. Whatever you do, your gift will always shine in it.
True.
Whether it's your job, whether it's your friendships, whatever it is. And I finally discovered that my gift is activating an idea. It's taking an idea, a creative
Hmm.
idea, and creating a business out of it. And that was like, oh my God, that's what my thing is. I can literally create a business out of anything. Like any
Wow.
idea, you give me an idea, I can create a product, I can create a service. And which was what was driving me crazy because I'm like, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. And that can become a stumbling block or a distraction, right? So during this whole coaching and mentoring phase
Hmm.
that we're in right now in the marketplace, I was like, oh my God. And I started talking to people about business. All my friends, I was like, Oprah, you get a business, I couldn't have a conversation without somebody without trying to say, you should turn that into a business. You like to clean? Turn that into a business. You like to cook? Turn that into a business. And my friends got sick of me talking about it. So when I switched that up to being a business coach, I love coaching. I love creating products. I love helping people discover what their gifted business is. And that's what I wrote my book about, just started, how to activate your guy gifted business. That literally
Hmm.
was a book that I wrote to myself because that was what I was called to do. Like I finally I'm like, I'm a business minister. Anything business is what turn when people are like, what is your hobby? What turns you on? What makes you move? Talking about
Hmm.
business, talking about creative things and business. So I wanted to just add that to this. Should in case somebody that doesn't know what they are, start with whatever you're already doing or whatever you're skilled at or whatever you're talented at before you
Hmm.
even get to discover what your gift is. Because if I never started with my talents, I would have never really discovered my gift. If I was gonna
Okay.
wait till I figured out what I love, because some people are stuck because they don't know what they love yet.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're just like, okay, I'll wait till I discover myself before I start. No, just start it now. Start with whatever it is that you're good at. It could be a simple thing. Just start with where you are.
Mm-hmm. Just start where you are, I like that.
Hmm.
Because some people, it's so easy for them to know their gift. Like it won't take so long. It's just like people around them will be saying it to them, like, oh wow, you're so good at this. And they themselves, they have that confidence and in themselves, like, okay, this is what I love to do. But like, it's good you mentioned that it's not everybody. Like some people, they can struggle to actually know what their gifts, if they even have
Especially
like
Africans,
what is that gift
especially
they have,
us.
you know?
Yes,
And
especially us
so
Africans, because our parents do not try to help us pour into our gift. When they discover that, oh, you're good at singing, let's take you to singing class. Oh, you're good at dancing. They don't do that. You got to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, pharmacist. I went to school for pharmacists, by the way. I have a
most,
biology degree that I
I
have
would
never.
say most parents, not
Yes,
all parents, because
the older ones, most of them. The younger ones were doing much better.
like like my family, for example, we are
Hmm.
so blessed to have parents that are like, okay, what do you want to do, what do you really
Awesome.
enjoy doing, and
Hmm.
then they will support you in that. But they won't be
Hmm.
like, oh, you have to be a doctor, or you have
Right.
to be a lawyer. So that is
Awesome.
a blessing. And as
Hmm.
a mom, that's exactly
Hmm.
what I'm doing: guiding,
Hmm.
supporting. I can drop, definitely some advice here and there,
Right.
definitely just to guide,
Right.
but I
Hmm.
don't force on my children, this is what
Hmm.
you have to do, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but it's good, like now with the new generation, let me pray like that. People
Yes.
are more, flexible in, in the way they deal
And your
with
kids.
their kids and their careers,
Hmm.
and so it's not like so rigid, it has to be this,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
you are no longer my child if you are not a daughter,
Right.
if you are not
Oh,
a lawyer.
my mother almost lost her mind when she found out I wanted to start a business that has to do with puff puff. You hear me?
We're like, what?
She was like, I brought you to this country. I paid for you to go to university, and you want to do puff. Not even, because puff puff is a street food. Tu
A
vois,
sweet
on
food.
vend ça à côté de la rue. C'est un
Oui,
petit,
exactly.
c'est pas quelque chose comme filet mignon. It's not like filet mignon, like, mom, I want to start a filet mignon. You want to puff puff? You want to be mommy puff puff on the street? It was a whole family situation. But now, guess what? She's the one packaging my products in the kitchen. She's the one
Wow.
managing the kitchen and packaging my products. So it came full circle.
That's coming from Mr. Untouchable for you, and it's like my parents on the doctor. Okay,
Right.
thing, but I found another way to back to back. Thank God.
Yep.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. You know. So yeah, most of the time when you say something like that, they're like, "Oh, you want to fry yam? Really?" After
Exactly.
man that sent you to university and you are here, you want to become a chef? Really? Like, but
No,
it's
not chef. Chef is such a nice word. A cook.
for some of them a cook.
It has, yes, a cook. Not even chef is
Yes,
so
maybe
pretty.
some of
Yes.
them will manage. I watch a documentary. The girl wanted to be a chef, but
Mhm.
like many, not a lot of, not every African, like parent, but like most
Mhm.
African parent, they're like,
Yeah.
no, you have to,
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yep.
She went, she got the degree, but she's not happy. She ended up
Mhm.
doing what she enjoyed doing, which is, cooking. So
All my birthday cards have future Dr. Louise Nunga. All my birthday cards my
oh
mother ever gave me.
wow.
So she didn't tell me you have to be a doctor. She just put it, when you sign a birthday card, future Dr. Louise Nunga. So yeah, that was how I was. Yeah. And
And
I
what?
say this because it's
Mm,
so important. That actually had a very huge impact on the way I saw myself in the beginning of doing business. And I try to
right.
help people when I talk to people now, which I'm so grateful for all the life experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like God said, like the word says, it all works out for your good. Because now when I counsel with people, I'm able to diagnose what their stumbling block is. Because
Mm,
when somebody comes to me and they're like, yeah, I want to do this business, but I'm waiting to get this certification. I'm waiting to get the capital. I'm
mm,
waiting to get something before I started. I
mm,
always know there's a spirit of fear. There's a fear. There's a shame. There's something coming from somewhere. And usually it's the closest people to you. And I always tell people, it's not that they're haters or they hate you.
mm.
Somebody can love you out of your destiny. I want to repeat that again. People can love you.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yes, say that loud, please.
People can love you out of your destiny. And it's not that they hate you, it's because God didn't give them the vision. So you cannot expect people to support what they don't see. You have to
Mhm.
literally, until I created the product and it was a live product, then my mom and everybody else was like, oh, I see, this is brilliant. But while it was still an idea, while I was still going through it, they didn't understand what I was talking about. And if I was not stubborn, if I wasn't just like, you know what, I'm gonna still do it anyways. What's the worst that can happen?
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it. If I wasn't, and a lot of people are stuck there because they've spoken to the wrong people. That's why you have to speak to fellow entrepreneurs or creatives or people that have gone through what you've gone through or people that have already gone ahead of you. Counseling is so important. In the multitude of counsels, there is safety. It's so I wish I had more coaches or mentors or counsels that I was really connected to. It would have made my journey a lot shorter and a lot less complicated. So
Mm.
a lot of times because of that was ingrained in me, thinking outside of the medical field was very hard for me. When I started my business, nobody knew it was my business till 5 years later because I was so ashamed of telling people I went to school to be a pharmacist and I'm a hair braider. So I didn't post it online on social media. Nobody knew.
Mm.
Only I would only braid Americans' hair. I didn't braid Africans' hair
Oh
because I
wow!
didn't want somebody to know that I braid. Like it was this shame.
I'm gonna
And
report
the
you to your
Right. And
parents.
then they got and then I was Miss Cameroon. J'étais Miss Cameroon. 2005. I
What?
was a pageant queen. Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
you Miss Cameroon and you're braiding people's hair. It's like, what? So, but the deliverance really came when I was able to re-strategize and I had enough knowledge. And that's why what you do is so imperative and so important to share that knowledge because knowledge is where the true deliverance comes. Deliverance does not only come by somebody laying hands on you in prayer and fasting. Deliverance comes when you really gain the
Great.
knowledge to get out of it.
I love what I'm
And
hearing.
yes. So when I learned about business, branding, colors, company uniforms, when I
Mhm.
rebranded my hair braiding company, we have to wear uniforms, we carry toolboxes, you have to book on the website, we're very professional. And I
Mhm.
was like, now I'm proud because then it was a baby, but it wasn't dressed up. It was just a naked child with tattered clothes, with torn up clothes. But when I rebranded and I dressed that baby up with pretty clothes, I was proud to put. When I posted, everybody was like, wow, this idea, this is you. You've been doing this for how long? So a
Mhm.
lot of times too, when we don't have the knowledge, not even a lot of time, all the time, when we don't have the knowledge and we don't go
Mhm.
seeking that knowledge, we don't go read the books, we don't listen to the podcast, we don't listen to shows like yours to gain that knowledge, then we're stuck in that place where we're like, we want to do this, but we don't even know why we're not doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. You touch on so many things that I really want people that want to start their business to really, really put their energy in, in those different directions because,
Hmm.
directions, because the thing is so good to have a great idea, but
Hmm.
that alone is not enough. What
Nope.
is your packaging like? You
Hmm.
talk about podcasts, we talk about books, you talk about webinars, and we don't want to spend when we just want to gain, but we don't want to spend. So if you
Hmm.
want to have a brand out there that will touch so many people and that you really don't just want to be like, oh, I sell this, but
Hmm.
no money is actually coming in. You have
Hmm.
to take time and ask yourself, what are the strategies? What are the things am I doing to be different comparing
Hmm.
to other people in that same, field or same, that have similar brands like yours? What
Right.
are they doing to be different? So can you, touch a little bit on your webinars? I know like you help others as well. So
Hmm.
let us know more about your webinars and how
So
often
I
do you hold them?
a lot of people, because again, you know your gift because a lot of people would come to you for your gift. It's in the
Hmm.
smallest thing. So a lot of people will come to me for business advice. Oh my God, how did you start this? Oh my God. And I would talk, talk, talk and waste spit and saliva for hours and nobody would do anything with the information.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because when you give information for free, people don't do nothing with it. And I did not
Hmm.
understand it till I was one of them cheap people that were like, you know what? I'm Googling it. I'm not paying you no 1,000, 2,000. What? Five for what? I will Google and YouTube until I learn. But it cost me. I've been doing business for 15 years, and I'm just now enjoying the profit. I'm just now being profitable because I had to learn it the hard way. And people
Mm.
that come into the business world and they go get their coach. My student right now, she went from an idea to her product in 4 months. It didn't
Wow.
take her because I was coaching her. She was able to have, she has a physical product. She has her legal paperwork. She has her registration within 4 months. Everything is already pretty much set. But me,
Mm.
it took me years because I was cheap. I didn't want to pay nobody for just, you just going to tell me, you're not even going to show me. And I'm just like, no. But when I started doing it and I saw the difference that that makes, because it's not about the money. If you
Mm.
have it and you can spend within your budget. I started small. If I had $10 to pay somebody to do something, $100, as I grew in how much I was willing to spend to gain that knowledge. And now I don't want to learn nothing new. I want to pay everybody for anything that I need. I do not want to learn how to do marketing. I don't want to learn branding. And that's where I'm like, don't focus on trying to learn your weaknesses. Focus on your strength and perfect your strength. Let your weaknesses be just there and outsource your weakness to somebody who that's their strength. Because
Another
you
great
spend
tips
years.
right there.
Yes,
Another
you will spend
great tip.
years. Yes. You will spend years doing the whole trying to figure out how to perfect your weakness. If you're not a social
Mm.
media person, I was not. I went and hired a virtual assistant to manage my social media, and it's a big
Mm.
difference. If you're not a graphic designer, what you will spend hours and days building, you can sacrifice that money to pay somebody else. Kellen is on here. If you need PR, you're not a good marketing person, hire a PR firm like Kellen.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? So you have to be able to do the work that it takes to present your baby in some nice clothes
Mm-hmm.
and be able to be proud of it. And then that way it helps you to overcome this fear of what will people think? What will people think? My image. I'm braiding hair. No, you're not a hair braider. You're a business owner. When I switched my mind from I'm a hair braider to I'm a business owner, you couldn't
Mm.
tell me nothing. I was walking around passing out cars, flyers, everybody. Okay. You got a car, I'm like, I'm a business owner. Don't call me a head braider. Don't call me a chef or a cook. I'm a business owner. So if I come in with my suit and I'm braiding your hair in my suit, in my mind, that's what it's gonna be. So it's perception. And you
Yeah.
don't gain that perception without the knowledge. You don't just
Mm.
wake up one day and say, I feel it, I'm the boss, and you just do positive thinking and positive momentum. No, you that faith comes by hearing. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
hearing those information and hearing those faith-based information and that
Mm.
knowledge so that you grow. So when somebody comes to you and say, you sure you really want to do that business? Because business will test every last nerve in your body.
Ooh.
Get my book because there's different chapters of that in there. It will test your pride. It will test your patience. It will test how what you're willing to give up or what you're willing to do. How dirty can you get?
Mm.
It will test
Mm.
what you love. It will test your relationships. It will test if you're married. It will test your marriage. It will test everything. So it's not the easy way. Some people think working a 9 to 5 is harder than owning a business. I get
Oh
jealous
no.
sometimes. I get jealous of people 9 to 5. I need me a 9 to 5. Some every
Mm.
day I want to go get a 9 to 5 because I'm like, this is too like I want to just clock into somebody else's business, get a paycheck, and be gone.
Done. Yeah.
Business is literally something, and that's why you have to do it's advisable to do something that you're gifted as, because when
Mm-hmm.
those hard days come, because you're gifted at it, it will be hard for you to let it go. You know,
True.
it's harder for you to give away your child than somebody else's child. If you carrying somebody else's baby, they're crying, they're pooping on themselves, you're like, girl, come pick up your child.
Come and collect. Come and collect your own. It's so true, Louise. It's so true.
Yeah.
Working with someone else and building your own thing, you have to put
Mhm.
so much in it, lots of
Mhm.
sacrifices to make. But I really, really, want you to let the viewers know the title of your book, where they can
Mhm.
get your book, and then we'll touch on also on the coaching part, because this is life is a live stream we are doing right now, is to learn the different steps if you want to have a thriving business out there. So
Right.
go ahead and let them know about your book.
Yeah, you can get the book on Amazon. It's called Just Started, How to Activate Your God Gifted Business. So if you just
Okay.
put my name on there, it will come up, and probably my products also will come up on there on Amazon. And then the coaching business. So you can go on louisenunga.com, and I do coaching to help you really discover what your gift is and how can you monetize it and how can you brand it. Because
Mm,
as much as I always say, start with what you have. You at
mm,
least want to wear your baby some generic clothes. You don't have to wear designer clothes right off the bat, but at least put some baby some clothes on. Some nice
mm,
shoes, a nice little cheap bow, something. Until we get to the level of designer clothes, you need something. And that's where you get the knowledge to say, okay, how can I present this baby in some better clothes? How can I take this idea that I have and create it? And don't be mad if somebody creates that idea, because God is not going to wait for you to be
mm.
ready for him to make sure that that idea manifests, that is going to help other people and be a blessing to other people. So whatever that idea is, start with what you have.
That's it. Just start.
Hmm.
True. You say, true man. You say, how long do your puffy last? She's still in that business as well.
I'm still in the business. I'm still,
Yeah.
it's been 8 years now. It's been 8 years. We've been adding more products. I'm trying to stop myself from adding more products because I can't do it all. I need other people to get in on here doing their own thing and whatnot. But yes, we're still in the puff puff business.
Great. This is for Mr. Untouchable. He's just helping you right there, just to keep the time wasters,
Right.
people that come and just waste your time on the side quick, and focus on the 3 or 5 serious one.
Hmm.
So Erica, she's not that will be in the same kind of a salon. Yeah. So good. I'm enjoying this live stream because there is so much to learn,
Hmm.
especially if you have even started or you haven't even started your business yet. There are so many good things you can learn from this live stream, and if you actually put those things into practice, you're going to see amazing results. Like Louis said, in 4 months' time, with that the person you were coaching, everything was smooth for her, and she's out there doing her thing. So you just go to people that really know what they are doing and stop wasting time, because I've been there. I know exactly what you're saying, because certain things you know what are your weaknesses and what actually
Hmm.
is your strength. So
Hmm.
focus on your strength and just make sure you delegate some of the tasks to other people that actually know what they are
Hmm.
doing, and that will
Hmm.
make things go very very fast for you.
Hmm.
So that is definitely something to put on top of the list. Okay, I think there is it a question, or let me see. Oh well, it's a it's a comment. Sometime, yeah, 9 to 5 is finding someone else dreams with you in your life force. That is so true. Right. I think that's for you, Louise.
Very true. That's how I got the ring, though. Even though I lost the ring, but that's how I got the ring. Because but that's a whole conversation. It's a whole different conversation.
Oh dear.
We do
So
not promise that you might keep the ring, but we promise that you might get the ring. Okay? It takes more to keep the ring.
right, Louise, in business, we all face challenges, especially like in the early stages when
Mhm.
setting up. What challenges have you faced and overcome so far in your journey?
Oh no, you. I want to add on to that. You face
Okay.
challenges for the life of the business, not in the beginning is even a little bit better. You think it's the worst, but it's really not the worst till you actually start getting to the vision, getting the money coming in, hiring employees, and dealing with all of that. It actually the struggles get worse. You just get better at handling the struggles because you're more informed, you're more knowledgeable on how to turn off those fires, and you grow in confidence, but it doesn't slow down. So like I was saying before, when people say, man, I want to just quit my job and start my own business, I ain't down, I'm too working for somebody is too hard, or and all of that. That's not the reason to start business. You want to start business because it's a calling. You want to start business because you have a vision, you have an idea. You don't just start it because everybody else is doing it. And you don't start it because you think it's easier, because then you'll be jumping in and out of businesses. You'll be jumping in and going back to work, jumping in and going back to work, because business doesn't just happen. You know what I mean? It's just like life. It's a gradual process. You fall, you get back up, you learn a different way of doing it. You fall, you get back up, and you just keep getting back up. It's very challenging to do business, to be honest with you. Like I said, almost every month I'm tempted to be like, I don't want to do business no more. I want to get a job. I should go get a 9 to 5. I need to just go work for somebody and not be bothered, because with business, if it messes up, it's your responsibility. Working for somebody else, you used to get a paycheck. With business, you don't work, you don't eat. Okay, you don't make the money, you don't eat. And it's worse if you have employees who you still have to pay. You literally will go hungry and still have to pay your employees. So still be grateful for the 9 to 5 and use the 9 to 5 to your advantage. I kind of wish I had a 9 to 5 in the beginning to help me fund my business and to help me really gain some insight, because while you're at your 9 to 5 for another company, you're learning a lot of things of how business goes, how to run a business, how to build a team, how to work with a team, and all of that good stuff. I had to learn everything from scratch, because I've never had to really work for somebody, had a job for a long period of time. I used to quit my job all the time. Thank God for the fact that I can work for myself, because I was a horrible employee. I'm a better employer. I'm just not called to be an employee. So praise the Lord that, I discovered that early and I've stuck it out. But it's a hard journey. And that's why it's better when it's connected to your gift, because it doesn't feel like work. It's not overwhelming. It's not something that, even when you're stressed out and you're tired, you still are joyful doing your gift, doing your business. But if it's something that you're just talented at, or is the trendy business, and you do it, when the pieces fall, and they will fall in every business, I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos, if you're Amazon, if you're Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, there's always a roller coaster. Business is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the more money you make, the worse the down and the up goes. It's a whole situation. So yes, in the beginning phase, it feels like it's hard because you don't have the income coming in. And it's harder now with social media, because we're seeing other people that have started business yesterday coming on there and flashing and say, oh, let me show you how to make $1 million in 30 days. And let me show you how to make that. And that's a whole situation. Okay. I be waiting on YouTube with my finger like this to just click skip ad, because that's not even doing business. That's not even entrepreneurship. That's just you hustling. Really, it's you hustling whatever trendy business is going on. You go hustle. And if you want to do that, that's cool. You go in, you hustle a little bit for a month, a couple of months, a year, you're done with it. But I'm talking about when it's a gifted business, it's a legacy. It's something you're building. It's a legacy you're building. It takes time. You have to train this child. This child has to walk. This child has to crawl before it walks, start running. This child going to talk back. It's going to talk back to you. You're going to want to grab it by its neck sometimes and slap it around. This child's going to go through its teenage phase, where you're just going to have to hope and have faith that it's going to mature and learn and still be have the principles that you trained it, to have. So it's the same thing with business. So it's not easier, but it is more fulfilling. It is more your Bible says your gift will make room for you. It makes room for you, because even when your business is not making money as much as you would like it to make, you still will look like money. I can't tell you how much people think I got in my bank account. I'm not rich. I'm rich in assets as far as the businesses, but because I'm operating in my gift, I have nothing can block that shine, because I'm operating what I'm called to, right? And I'm able to do a lot of things, and I'm able to do what my heart desires are. So Don't focus on the money, especially in the beginning. And no, it does not take, I know statistics say the first 2 years, you don't start making profit till the third year or the fifth year. There is no timeline to when you're going to be profitable. You either believe in the dream and you keep pushing at it. If you got to get you a job to stay in business, you could get you a job, but you make sure that you're staying in business. If you got to do some side hustle, you got to drive DoorDash. I've had to drive DoorDash for about 2 weeks, okay? Just because business was slow, and I'm like, I need some extra cash. And I went and drove DoorDash. There is no shame in that. As long as you don't give up on the vision that you feel that God gave you. Now, if
That's
God
right.
didn't give you, let it go. If he ain't get to you, if it's not a burden, let it go. you know? And so it's about believing the vision and then knowing, because once you know that you expect hardship, when it comes, it doesn't surprise you. It doesn't hurt you as much. It doesn't traumatize you like, oh my God, where did this come from? It's like dating somebody that's a playboy and you caught him cheating during the dating phase. So when you marry him, you kind of sleep with one eye open. So when he
You,
does cheat when you're married, you're not shocked or traumatized. But
no,
some of us,
not even going to cross that one.
it's it's painful, but it's not traumatizing. Like some of us that went in like
It's
this,
not
and then we're
happening,
like, wait,
please.
what?
It's not
Where did that
happening.
come from?
It would be good if it just happened at very very early stage. So that
Yes,
is bias,
yep. No, but most people don't do that. Most women still say, I will change him. So for those that
Oh no,
believe me, I
no, no!
don't
You
believe.
can't change. No, no, no.
I
But
don't believe I will change. So me, if I would have seen early on, it would have been a blessing. But
that's right.
so that's that. But once you expect that things will happen, you will overdrive sometimes. You will not get yourself paid. You will have to eat some Gary and peanuts and a little bit of sugar on there. You will have to do those things. When it happens, you know to expect it. You're good on it. So you're not in
Mm,
shock and you don't feel like you're failing. You don't feel like you're not making as much money because I've gone through the season where I'm like, man, in this stage of my business, I should be making X amount of dollars a month. And I was so blessed to finally connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs who were like,
very
girl, who
good.
told you that? Who lied to you? And I'm talking about
Mm,
people that have bigger businesses than mine and still told me their struggles that they were going through behind the scene. So it's like, don't worry about what people are posting on social media. You don't know how they got that money. You don't know exactly what about their business. Because if somebody shows you a receipt like, oh, I just sold $1 million worth of this. Well, how much did you spend to make that $1 million? Because if it
sometimes
cost you 4 million
don't say.
to make that 1 million, you're not profitable. So if you're telling me you made $1 million, I want to know exactly what was your profit. Okay, exactly how much work did you put in? What was the stress factor? Because I don't want to be overwhelmed every day. I don't want to be losing family members. I don't want to be losing. So you have to know the whole story before you fall into a trick of the enemy, where you feel like I got to keep up with the other person's business. I have to
Mm,
market a certain way. I have to go pay $10,000 that I don't have.
mm,
Start with what you have. The $100 is all you can afford. There is somebody out there that will take that $100 and at least do a little work for you. If it's $10, start at $10. There is somebody that will take $10 to do a little task for you. But
Fiverr,
expect a struggle.
Fiverr.
Yes, yes. Come on. I need shares. I need stocks from Fiverr. They need to sell me some shares because I be sending them too much business and spending too much over there. But Fiverr is my whole entourage. Okay.
Great. Fiverr is great, guys. So, like
Yes.
Louise was saying, don't just say I need a million before starting.
hmm
Work with what you have. Very, very important. So, Kellen put some comments here for you, Louise. Okay. Guys, check Kellen Cash out. A very, very, very important, dear, dear, dear brother right there. So, check him out. So yeah, Louise, we covered few things,
hmm
yeah, that I really, really want people to go home with, which is the main one is the key things, steps to follow to have a thriving, successful business or businesses. So you share so much with us, that will help people that are serious to start their businesses or they already started, but they are struggling. There are
hmm
lots of things you can learn right now. If you just joined the live, just watch from the beginning. We had some problem, let's say 10-15 minutes when we started with
Hmm.
the network, but you can just skip that and start watching from 15 minutes onwards, and you're going to have loads of good tips to actually have a thriving businesses out there, because you can do it. Louis say it's not about what other people around you will think or who they want you to become, but it's all about knowing your God gifted gifts and just
Yes.
work with that. Louise, I know you travel to different West African countries. Do you mind sharing your experiences with us? Because there are some people that watch this channel that also want to go to Africa. It could be East, it could be West, and start their own business. So whatever you learn visiting those different countries, it will be so good to share that with others as well.
Yeah. So I had a friend of mine who travels all the time for business, and she kind of tricked me into just traveling to all these places with her.
Okay.
But it was a blessing, and that's why it's so important to surround yourself with like-minded people, because I wouldn't have gone hadn't my friend who was also in business been like, "Girl, you have to come. You can't do research from America,
Wow.
research in Africa. Africa is not like America where you can Google everything. You have to physically go there, meet the
Mm-hmm.
people, and fill it out for yourself." So I was very blessed to have her. Shout out to my friend Kumba. So I went to Togo first. I landed in Togo, and
Okay.
Accra, Ghana was just next door. So they told me from Togo I could
Mm-hmm.
drive to Ghana, and then after that I went to Dubai. Now, Kellen, I didn't actually attend the Dubai Expo. We missed it. They apparently shut it down because of the COVID or something happened or whatever, and they didn't
All
have
right.
the particular expo that we were supposed to be going to. But we were able to go to the markets and do a lot of stuff and whatnot. Um, I want to make something clear first for those that are trying to do business in Africa, because I've done a
Mm-hmm.
lot of videos on my YouTube channel. Actually, you can watch some of those videos on Louise Nunga on YouTube.
Right.
And for me, a lot of people have lost money trying to do business in Africa from America.
Mm.
And I realized I have a video called I think it's something about changing your immigrant mindset, like the immigrant mindset that we have when we're abroad in the diaspora, right? And I was talking a little bit about that detail, that one of the reasons why a lot of immigrants, especially here in America, that I realized do business back home, the type of business they do, whether it's just sending money and say, hey, build me an apartment complex, send money and say, oh, I'm going to start a shipping container, or I'm going to start selling cars, or I'm going to open a store, a restaurant, this, that, and they send the money to a brother, a sister, and da, 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 and then months after it doesn't manifest, or even though they build it, it's not, they didn't market it, they lose money. And then they start
Mm.
complaining that Africa is bad or this people or whatever. And that's not
Mm.
necessarily the case. And I realized that if you had started your business where you are and make sure that you are, settled where you have direct control over your business,
Mm.
then migrate to out of the country. That is more better. But I realized that a lot of us have that immigrant mindset where we're afraid to really do business in the Western world because we feel like we're not born here. We feel like we don't know the system. We feel like we're not good enough for this system. We feel like our idea, we got to really know. So it's that fear, of being an immigrant that stops a lot of people from really doing the type of, like, somebody would do a business here and do it so local. And then they're building like a whole etage, a beautiful business back home. But down here, it's like you're doing it in fear. So you do it so little. You
Mm.
don't want to shout so much. You don't want no attention, especially if you came to this country and you didn't have your papers. And let me get really, really deep on that, because somebody needs to get deliverance from that today, okay? Especially if you came to the country and you had to struggle to get your papers.
Mm.
It kind of, even though you finally get it, that fear mentality lingers till you really wash that out of your system.
Right.
Because for the years that it takes for you until you get your immigration papers, you're living in fear. You don't want no attention. You're doing that, and then you get your paper, but that you don't get delivered from that fear mentality. You know what I mean? So
It's
it's
like
very,
the chains, the chains are still
yes,
around. You are in that
Yes,
prison mentally.
yes. You still have that slave mentality, even though the chains are no longer there. And
Hmm.
so you go about putting your head down. You know that, okay, you're good at school. So all you're going to do is school. That somebody's going to give you the job. You're going to
Hmm.
work your butt off in somebody else's business. And that's why they love Africans in America in the professional world, because we work the hardest. But the Americans, or the Black Americans, they'll take the risk. They'll take the risk. They'll take the loan. They'll go stand wherever they are. They'll market themselves because they're free to do that. Even if it works or it doesn't work, they're free. So I want us as immigrant. That was what was really passionate
Hmm.
about me trying to help our people, because I'm like, hey, take the risk, like get free from that mindset and make sure that you go do what you need to do to succeed and be who you want to be. So
Hmm.
a lot of times people that have that mindset only are their cutoff is, I got to do business back home. I know the people there, I'm familiar with back home. So there's only five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 business that everybody's doing to the point where it's saturated. And it doesn't allow you to be free. It doesn't allow you to think outside of the norm. It doesn't allow
Hmm.
you to say, you know what, I can be the next Mark Zuckerberg. I can build an app here in America. I can be the next Martha Stewart. I can be the next Goya. I'm gonna be the next Goya Foods now. I'm speaking that all over. That's on my vision board. Okay, so you need to make sure that, why is it that you're doing business in Africa? Because it's more risky. And if you're
Hmm.
doing it just because you want to show people that you've succeeded in America, if you're doing it just because, okay, what can I do with this money?
Hmm. Guys, this internet want to give us headache again, but I hope we'll be able to close up properly with Louise. But if not, guys, she dropped so many gems for us tonight to go home with and work with. So don't forget, I will put also her Instagram page in the comment section. So go and check her out. If you need some coaching, she is there to do that as well, to help you. So make sure you share this live as well, in case she's not able to come back and finish the live. Definitely check her out. Her book, she said you can get that also on Amazon. So it's all about investing in you, and that is obviously the best investment you can do, is invest on yourself. So definitely, I'm sure you learn so much from this live stream tonight. Please share with anyone out there still on the fence regarding starting their own business, because it can look a little bit challenging, when you think you have to have everything in place before starting, but you really don't have to have millions waiting on the side before starting your business. And if you have to take extra job, to build yourself up, go for that. Make sure you keep pushing. Remember, in the first place, keep telling yourself, why did I start this? If you already started and you're struggling, the reason why you started, do not give up. Learn more, put the right people on task so they can help you with different areas you are not like very strong, or you don't have much knowledge to handle those areas. Make sure you get someone that can actually take care of those areas, so you can actually thrive in whatever you decide to invest your money in. And thanks so much everyone for joining us tonight pour nos frères francophones. Si vous voulez aussi avoir le livre de Louise, vous pouvez acheter ce livre sur Amazon, et on a vraiment parlé de beaucoup de choses que vous devriez faire si vous voulez vous lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat, par exemple. C'est pas quelque chose que vous pouvez dire, oh, comme j'ai pas assez d'argent, il faut que j'ai peut-être les millions avant de commencer. C'est pas ça. C'est juste avoir l'idée, premièrement, de commencer, et avec le temps, apprenez différentes choses. Comment est-ce que vous pouvez faire votre packaging? Tout ce que vous devrez savoir ici, quand vous finissez ce live, c'est de commencer. Même si vous n'avez pas des millions, même si vous n'avez pas 500 000 francs CFA ou quoi, mais vous avez quelque chose en tête. que vous êtes sûr que ça c'est pour moi, ça c'est ce que Dieu a vraiment, vraiment mis sur mon corps, dans ma tête et c'est quelque chose que je suis sûre que ça va marcher pour moi. Essayez seulement, essayez. Là, je vais voir si on peut avoir Louise. Sinon, bon, on continue. On va finir dans 2-3 minutes là. Donc, c'est les différentes choses que Louise a partagées avec nous. Donc, si vous avez besoin aussi de son accompagnement, elle aime d'autres personnes aussi qui veulent se lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat. Donc, elle va vous aider. Elle vous dira proprement ce dont vous avez besoin si vous voulez vous voulez réussir en fait dans l'entrepreneuriat. Et vous pouvez aussi acheter son livre, comme je l'ai dit, et vous allez apprendre beaucoup. Donc, si vous voulez aussi me joindre pour partager ce que vous faites, vos produits ou services, envoyez-moi un mail sur diasporachannel@gmail.com et vous serez en mesure de me joindre ici. Suivez-moi aussi sur Instagram, sur The Diaspora Channel, et vous pouvez aussi m'envoyer un message là-bas aussi. Donc, bonne soirée à tous et merci beaucoup de nous avoir suivis ce soir. Si vous n'êtes pas encore abonné à ma chaîne, s'il vous plaît, abonnez-vous et activez votre cloche en fait de ne pas rater mon live prochain parce qu'on aura encore un autre live le mercredi prochain. Donc, passez un très, très bon week-end. So, guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live. You learned so much, I believe so. So don't keep this for yourself. Make sure you share with others. It's all about sharing. And check out also Louise Nunga. I'll put her Instagram page in the comment section so you can check her out and know more about her upcoming webinars. And if you need, coaching, definitely Louise will be able to help you and share more things in details with you because that's what she does. Let's see if, hi Louise, welcome back.
Hi.
Okay,
Thank
we're
you.
about to round up now. What is your last word for the viewers and also tell them where they can find you?
So to complete what we were talking about so that nobody is kind of hanging on is that do your research, and if you're trying to do business in Africa, make the trip down there and see for yourself because I was very shocked and surprised with my encounters.
Right.
What I was thinking in my mind was not what I actually experienced. The country that I was thinking in my mind was not what I thought it was going to be. Like I said before, visiting Togo, I thought Togo was going to be somewhere that I just passed by to go to Ghana because Ghana was this big ideal, it's the dreamland right now for everybody trying to do business. But unfortunately, when I went to Ghana, it was too congested. It was too fast paced for me. My culture and their culture just kind of wasn't a match. My match was in Togo. Togo was beautiful. It was clean. It was straightforward. The system was, Lome was just amazing. The food, the people was amazing. If somebody says I'm gonna be there 8 o'clock, they were there at 7:50. In Ghana, when the driver said I'll be there at 10 o'clock, they were there at 2 p.m. Okay, and that to me spoke a lot of volumes. Like the people are hardworking. So Togo really surprised me, and Ghana wasn't what I thought it was gonna be for me. For somebody else, it may be different, but for me, because I went to these different countries to experience where do I want to expand my business to, because I'm at that stage where I'm juggling like, okay, do I want to manufacture my products in Africa or do I want to keep
Oh, sorry,
to
guys.
Dubai is overrated. We spend a lot of money that we shouldn't have because they still sold those things here in America and it's the same price or even more expensive. And so do your own research by actually going there. Don't go by what people say. The fact that everybody says the new hot business is this, real estate, property, or this business or that business, don't just jump to it. Actually go do your own research because you might be surprised what you find for your personality. Because when you do business, you want it to match your personality. There are some people that can do business in New York. I can't do business in New York. It's too fast paced for me. I need to be able to be creative. I need to be able to slow down to let my creativity flow. I need to be able to make my mistakes on a smaller scale and not do it on a bigger scale. So for my personality, Togo works very well because Togo is smaller. People are straightforward. They're not sneaky. With Accra, it's a bit fast. Worked for me. You have to be really quick to think, quick to, and I'm not like that. So do your own research before you jump into any business in Africa. And I would like to say, I mean, I think we've kind of already said everything. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is really all that we're talking about here, is that get the knowledge that you need to make sure that you get your deliverance, to make sure that then you can just start it. Just start it, start it small, but just start it.
Thanks so much, Louise. Let the viewers know where they can find you. I'm sure so many of them need to speak to you, especially those that want to start their own business. Okay, guys, I think now, Louise won't be able to finish with us, but I will put everything you guys need in the comment section so you can contact her anytime you need her services. And thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. If you don't know about my next channel, where I do what I enjoy doing, like Louise was saying, is cooking. So I'll put that link as well in the description box. Make sure you subscribe if you want to learn different dishes that I share. There is one of the things that I enjoy doing. So comment, make sure you subscribe and comment to let me know what you like to see also on that channel next time. And enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all next week. Take care for now. God bless. Bye-bye. Good night.